All right, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get your first 5 clients. And I know I'll keep harping on this for a while, but if you haven't purchased the book, 100 million offers, then I encourage you to go get the book on Amazon. And in fact, I would also recommend that you get the audiobooks. So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel as well. Don't forget about that. All right, so let's go to the whiteboard here, and I'm going to talk about, this is based on Alex Hormozy's $100 million offer. So how do you get your first 5 clients? Especially if you don't have any cashola. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you get your first 5? Well, there's 2 ways. The first way is you spend $100 per day on ads. I know I just said if you don't have any cash, there's only 2 ways to get clients, especially if we're talking about your first 5 clients. Spend $100 a day on ads, or you do 100 outbound calls, or some people call them outreach, cold calling, whatever. Outbound calls. You do 100 of those. All right. If you do less than 100 in a day, let's just use that as a benchmark. If you do less than 100 calls, it's hard to track. It's hard to measure. You need volume. Like one of my mentors, Matt Ryder, said, it's about volume, especially at the beginning, because you need to build up your skill. And the only way to build up your skill to get your desired outcome is you got to times that by volume. Because the more volume you do, the better you'll get at whatever it is you're doing. If it's sales calls, cold calling, whatever it is. This is outcome. Outcome. So you need skill. If you don't have skill, you need to increase the volume. This is the way that you're going to get your first 5 clients. So what you need to do is you need to track on a daily basis how many outbound calls you made, how many outreaches. If it's DMing the hell out of people on LinkedIn, whatever your fancy, pick one. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just pick one and set a goal of doing outreach for 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever. And you're not stopping until you reach out to 100 people. If that's calls, you make 100 calls, cold calls, whatever it is. If you do 3 here, then you take a break, 5 here, then you take a break, then 10, then 15, then 20. How in God's green earth are you going to get better? You need volume. This can go with anything. This can go with lifting weights. This can go with doing judo throws, arm bars, leg locks, ankle locks, making videos on YouTube, for example. The more videos you make, the chances are you're going to get more comfortable on camera. The more you do, the more you get comfortable on camera, the more you'll be able to speak to people around you, whether that's out in society. Heaven forbid if you go out into the public and you have to speak somewhere on stage or whatever it is. The only way to get better is through reps. There's no denying it. There's no way around it. You have to. Now, the question is that forever? No, absolutely not. It is not forever. But if you want to track something, 100 is a good place to start. Some people don't even keep track of their reps if they're exercising unless they knock off 1,000. That's when they begin to track. So if they're doing crunches, squats, body weight squats, sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever. I don't think you can do that many pull-ups in a day, but push-ups, whatever. Like some people don't even start until they hit 1,000. So maybe that's something to consider. You don't track anything until you've reached out to 1,000 people. Then you start tracking your metrics after that. Until then, if you're doing, again, 5, 10 calls a day, that's nothing. It's nothing. And I know I've fought this kind of stuff in the past, making cold calls, all this kind of stuff. Because there are some organizations where you got to make a minimum of 200 calls a day. Does that mean forever? No, but you got to get better at it. How do you think you're going to get better with your script, all that good stuff? So if you don't have cash, you don't have anything to put down on ads, then you need to increase your volume. And if you don't believe me, that's okay. I'm just reiterating from the book, $100 million offers. This is all from Alex Hormozy. I can't recommend this book enough. If I could sell all the books that I have in the back, I would, in order to purchase this one book. And you can get it on Amazon. I don't have any affiliate links or anything like this. But the book itself is just, it's mind-blowing. I know I've been going on about it, but when you find a book that all of a sudden clicks with you and you're like, wow, I get it. I get it. I understand. So in the next video, I'm going to continue on with how to increase your rate of pay, if you will. As a coach, as a consultant, you need to be able to increase your rate. And you shouldn't charge hourly. If you charge hourly, God forgive you. God forgive you. Do not charge hourly. Do not do one-on-one calls, one-on-one coaching. I'm going to talk about that in other videos. You need to do the one-to-many model. You need to get away from hourly charges. What you need to focus on is results. You have to be a problem finder, not a problem solver, a problem finder. And if you can help the people that you're on the phone with, hopefully you're on a Zoom call, because if you're on the phone, you can't really see the person. I prefer Zoom calls. So if you're on a Zoom call, I don't even know what I was saying. I actually forgot what I was saying. I just blanked out for a second. Oh, I prefer to speak to people on Zoom because then you can see their face. That's important, because people can just, you can call people and they're busy and all this kind of stuff, but you got to get away from that stuff. You got to get away from chasing people. Chasing people is crazy. And I understand, at the beginning, you might have to do some of that because you're brand new, but that's not the preferred outcome, because I promise you, the people that are up here, so if you're here, the people are up here, they're not doing outreach cold calling. They're not. What they're doing is they're having people reach out to them and say things like, hey, can I work for you? I'll do anything. I'll work for free, all this kind of stuff. That's where you want to get to the point where people are coming to you looking for a job. It's almost like, I don't know if Ty Lopez coined this phrase, but at the beginning, they're going to make fun of you for a while. And they're going to give you their opinions, especially people that are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. And they don't have any followers, but they're going to give you advices, like Arnold Schwarzenegger said. But at the beginning, nobody knows you or anything like that, but you want to get it to the point where it'll be at a point where people are going to be asking you for work. Whereas before they were basically making fun of you, whatever it is, saying what you do is a scam, whatever. You have to go through all that kind of stuff in order to get to the top. And when you're at the top, then people start asking you for a job. So there you go. That's it. And I am hiring, by the way. I'm hiring coaches for my company. So if you're interested, hit me up. You can email me, Shane at chargemorecoaching.com. There you go. Talk to you later. Bye for now.